3 in the morning. Your eyes are open. Your heart pounds for no reason. The mind spins through worst-case scenarios. You tell yourself to calm down. It doesn't work. You try to think positive. The fear laughs at you. Sound familiar? Paramahansa Yogananda understood this moment. He said something that changes everything. Fear does not live in your thoughts. It lives in your body. That is why you cannot think your way out of it. You must release it from where it hides. Today, you will learn 3 simple techniques Yogananda gave to his students. Not philosophy, not motivation. Practical tools you can use tonight. One works in 60 seconds. One clears fear while you sleep. One reaches the root and pulls it out. Your mind is already resisting. It says fear is complicated. It says you need therapy, years of work, maybe medication. Sometimes that is true, but often fear is simpler than we think. It is energy trapped in the nervous system. Release the energy and the fear dissolves. Let me explain what Yogananda taught about fear before we get to the techniques. Fear, he said, is not a thought. It is a contraction. When danger appears, real or imagined, your body tightens, breath becomes shallow, muscles grip, energy withdraws from your limbs and pools in your core. This is the ancient survival response. The problem is that modern life triggers this response constantly. A stressful email, a worried thought at night, a memory from years ago. Your body doesn't know the difference between a tiger and a deadline. It contracts the same way. And here is the critical point. The contraction often stays. Long after the threat is gone, the body holds the pattern. Shoulders remain tense. Jaw stays clenched. Breath never fully deepens. You walk around in a permanent state of low-grade fear, wondering why you feel anxious for no reason. Yogananda taught that this stored tension is the real enemy. The thoughts are secondary. They arise because the body is already contracted. Relax the body completely, and the fearful thoughts lose their fuel. This is why positive thinking often fails. You are trying to change the screen while the projector keeps running. Change the body, and the mind follows. Now, the 3 techniques. Technique 1, the 60-second reset. Use this when fear strikes suddenly, a panic moment, a wave of anxiety, an irrational dread that grips your chest. Here is the method. Stop whatever you are doing. Stand or sit with your spine straight. Now tense your entire body, every muscle, fists, arms, shoulders, face, stomach, legs. Squeeze everything as tight as you can. Hold your breath. Hold for 5 to 10 seconds. Feel the tension at maximum. Then release everything at once. Let the breath rush out. Let every muscle go limp. Drop your shoulders. Unclench your jaw. Let your hands hang loose. Take 3 slow breaths. With each exhale, feel yourself sinking deeper into relaxation. That is it. Yogananda called this the tension release method. The principle is simple. You cannot release tension you don't feel. By deliberately tensing first, you bring unconscious tightness into awareness. Then the release goes deeper than normal relaxation ever could. The fear response is broken. Your nervous system shifts from fight or flight into calm. The anxious thoughts lose their grip because the body is no longer sending danger signals. Do this whenever fear spikes. In a bathroom before a meeting, in your car before a difficult conversation, in bed when worry won't let you sleep. 60 seconds. Complete reset. Technique 2. The evening cleanse. Fear accumulates. Each stressful moment leaves a small residue in your nervous system. If you never clear it, the residue builds. Eventually, you wake up anxious without knowing why. Your baseline shifts toward fear. This technique prevents accumulation. Do it every evening before sleep. Lie down comfortably. Close your eyes. Take 5 slow, deep breaths to settle. Now scan your body from head to toe. Don't try to change anything yet. Just notice, where is there tension? Where is there tightness? Where does the body feel heavy or blocked? Common places are forehead, jaw, throat, chest, stomach, and lower back. Fear hides in these areas. Once you have located the tension, begin to breathe into it. Imagine your breath flowing directly to that spot. With each inhale, the area softens. With each exhale, the tension drains out like water leaving a sponge. Spend 2 to 3 breaths on each area. Move slowly through the whole body. When you reach the end, make this silent statement. I release all fear absorbed today. I hand it to the infinite. My body is clean, my mind is clear, and I sleep in peace. Then let go. Drift into sleep without further thought. Yogananda emphasized sleep as sacred time. The subconscious is open and receptive. Whatever you plant before sleep grows overnight. If you fall asleep in fear, fear multiplies. If you fall asleep in release, healing multiplies. This technique takes 5 to 7 minutes. Within a week, your baseline anxiety will drop noticeably. Within a month, you will wonder how you ever lived without it. Technique 3. The root removal. The first 2 techniques manage fear. This one eliminates it at the source. Most fears are not about the present moment. They are echoes, a childhood experience, a past failure, a moment when you felt helpless and the feeling never fully discharged. These old fears hide in the subconscious, coloring your perception of everything. Yogananda taught a method to reach these roots and dissolve them. Sit in a comfortable position, close your eyes, take several deep breaths until the mind settles. Now bring attention to the point between your eyebrows. Yogananda called this the seat of concentration, the spiritual eye. Gently focus there without strain. If your attention wanders, return it softly. As you hold this focus, let the fear arise. Don't fight it. Don't analyze it. Simply allow it to be present while you remain centered at the spiritual eye. Here is the key. You are not inside the fear. You are watching it from a higher vantage point. The fear is below you, like clouds beneath a mountain. You observe it, but you are not it. From this place of observation, speak inwardly. I am not this fear. I am the witness. This fear is old energy, and I release it now. I am a child of the infinite, and nothing can harm my true self. Hold this awareness for 5 to 10 minutes. Let the fear come in waves if it needs to. Each wave that arises and passes weakens the root. When you feel complete, take 3 deep breaths. Open your eyes slowly. Return to the world. This practice is powerful. Yogananda said that fear exists only because we identify with it. The moment you separate your awareness from the fear, you break its power. It becomes just energy passing through, no longer your master. Practice this 2 to 3 times per week. Old fears will surface and dissolve. Gradually, you will notice that things which once triggered you no longer do. The root is gone. How the techniques work together. Think of it this way. The 60-second reset is your emergency brake. Use it whenever fear spikes in daily life. The evening cleanse is daily hygiene. Use it every night to prevent accumulation. The root removal is deep surgery. Use it weekly to dissolve the old patterns driving your fear. Together, they address fear at every level. The acute moment, the daily buildup, the underlying cause. You don't need all 3 every day, but having all 3 gives you complete coverage. Whatever fear throws at you, you have an answer. What changes when fear loses power? This is not about never feeling afraid. Fear is natural. It protects you from real danger. But irrational fear, chronic anxiety, the constant hum of worry beneath the surface, that is not protection. That is a malfunction. When you clear this malfunction, energy returns. Decisions become easier. Sleep becomes deeper. You stop bracing against life and start moving with it. Yogananda promised something greater still. He said that beneath all fear is a single fear, the fear of death, the fear of non-existence. Every smaller fear is a fragment of this one. When you practice these techniques long enough, you touch something that does not die. You experience, even briefly, the part of you that is eternal. In that experience, fear loses its final grip, not because you have conquered it through effort, but because you have realized there was never anything to fear. His words were simple. Fear comes from the heart, not from the world. Change the heart, and the world cannot frighten you. These techniques are the tools. The courage to practice is yours. If this teaching spoke to you, subscribe and turn on notifications. More of Yogananda's practical wisdom is coming. Share this video with someone who struggles with fear. Sometimes the right technique arrives at the right moment. And leave a comment. What is one fear you're ready to release? Naming it is the first step. See you in the next one.